is ready, and all the MLAs have to do is come to Maharashtra back and take that resignation as well. So these were kind of the emotional appeals, and of course followed by the pictures of what we saw. Uddhav Thackeray's residence also being packed up, bags being brought out. So all of that was happening. But in the backdrop of that, we still see that the Eknath Shinde camp is swelling up, because even now we are learning that several of the MLAs who had wanted to leave for Guwahati from Mumbai were not allowed to do so, and they were saying that because they can't take a direct flight from Bombay to Guwahati, which is why this stop is being made at Surat as well, which is why we see at the Le Méridien Hotel, as we were reporting on this earlier, 6 more rooms have been booked now. 3 more MLAs in fact are en route to Le Méridien Hotel as well, reaching Le Méridien, and from there will be moved to the Surat airport, where again from there they will be flown to Guwahati. Now that being said, we are also seeing that several of the Maharashtra BJP leaders are also accompanying these MLAs as well. So that really tells us the kind of political happenings that are happening in the backdoor room meetings that are going on between these political leaders as well, since there is a lot of change in the kind of demeanor of Eknath Shinde as well, because at the Surat airport, before leaving for Guwahati, he had made several statements about having an alliance with BJP, having a soft corner for BJP. But now it seems that there is again another statement that had come to light from Eknath Shinde, where he had said that there's no absolute alliance with any political party as of now. So that being said,
and that perhaps was telling in a way, Priyanka, that his mind may not be that firm as it appeared. Thank you very much for joining us for the moment, Priyanka and Alisha, both of you. Now, as more Shiv Sena MLAs rush to Guwahati, the numbers are dwindling for Uddhav Thackeray back in Mumbai. It appears the rebel camp nearly has 50 MLAs now, which includes the independent MLAs as well. But could there be a floor test? Or could Uddhav Thackeray retain the Chief Minister's seat? Our news editor Ankit gets you more on how the numbers stack up.
While there remain big question marks over whether or not Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray will resign from his position, one inescapable fact is that it is the numbers that finally matter. And the numbers are overwhelmingly looking like they may be against whatever faction of the Shiv Sena Uddhav Thackeray continues to be in charge of.
Floor of the house पर, floor of the house पर, अगर मौका मिला तो हम बहुमत सिद्ध करके दिखाएंगे.
Even as recently as last night, there were MLAs of the Shiv Sena who were leaving Mumbai to head towards Guwahati to join up with the Eknath Shinde camp, and including at least one MLA who just 24 hours earlier had told Republic that what Eknath Shinde was doing was wrong, and that he remains a loyal Shiv Sainik, loyal to the Thackeray family.
34 have signed that resolution, which means he has 34. And 6 more MLAs, 6 more Sena MLAs are headed to Guwahati. I have their names. Sada Sarvankar, ironically, Sada Sarvankar was also protesting outside the Shiv Sena Bhavan backing Uddhav yesterday. He's headed to Guwahati. Mangesh Kudalkar is headed to Guwahati. They're going to join Eknath Shinde. 4 have already started from Mumbai.
And so the numbers are looking more and more like they are heavily favored for the Eknath Shinde rebellion. In fact, so much so that it is a possibility that Eknath Shinde has the requisite numbers that he does not need to trigger the anti-defection law, and that means if he carves away 2/3 of the Shiv Sena's elected representatives, none of them will face disqualification in the assembly. And so in all, if you add the independents that are also part of the Eknath Shinde camp, there may be over 46 MLAs who are with Eknath Shinde, while the number with Uddhav Thackeray is less than 19, somewhere probably gravitating towards 16.
वो कॉन्फिडेंट है, उन्हें विश्वास है कि शिवसेना के विधायक उनका साथ देंगे. जो चले भी गए हैं, बहुत सारे लोग गलतफहमी में गए हैं, उनका ये विश्वास है.
Once you add the BJP's 105 who have all been called to Mumbai, it appears that not only could Eknath Shinde not have the anti-defection law work against him, but once that happens, he may have the required strength of Shiv Sena and independent MLAs, plus then the BJP's MLAs to have a majority. But how that will pan out, we will find out in all likelihood today.
Now, with the change of guard in Maharashtra government now just about imminent, we take a look at Master Strategist Sharad Pawar's next moves as he reaches out to the Maharashtra Chief Minister in his hour of crisis.
Sharad Pawar is clearly the master strategist, the Chanakya of the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, the alliance as well as the government. A giveaway was Uddhav Thackeray saying that he became chief minister on the suggestion of the Maratha strongman. What is important is that even by Sharad Pawar's standards of maneuverability, he might be finding himself having very limited options, given the kind of numbers that have been managed by Eknath Shinde, with the rebels firmly standing by him and behind him in Guwahati, almost reaching 40 plus independents, taking it to 46 and more.
With the fall of the Mahavikas Aghadi government now imminent, NCP chief Sharad Pawar has once again come to Uddhav's aid, expressing solidarity of the allies and reportedly asking him to make way for Eknath Shinde.
Reports suggested that Sharad Pawar advised Uddhav that he can give the olive branch of chief minister's chair to Eknath Shinde and bring him back. The issue is whether Shinde, who has taken a position of Hindutva and this rebellion premised on Shiv Sena's compromise with Hindutva, would actually want to come back and be in alliance again with the Congress party and the NCP. And that's why I think the fact that immediately there was a rebuttal from the rebel camp that there is no question whatsoever of coming back to the alliance which has Congress and NCP indicates that despite the possibilities that Sharad Pawar, the Maratha strongman, can conjure up, he might just fail this time to get the rebels back and keep the MVA government in Maharashtra afloat.
While Eknath reportedly failed to take the bait of the MVA camp, rejecting the offer of chief minister's post. Uddhav Thackeray was seen exiting the official residence of the chief minister for Matoshri after a televised address offering to resign in wake of revolt within his party. As more MLAs desert Uddhav Thackeray to join Eknath Shinde in Guwahati, it will be a difficult task for Uddhav Thackeray to lead the party from the front. Bureau Report, Republic